I wasn't loud enough.
Turn up.
Gavin wouldn't know about that.
For what?
For what?
God damn it, Bobby Bull!
Oh, that boy ain't right.
That boy ain't
Gavin don't know about being turned. Hey, everybody.
right. Ooh, that was refreshing.
Yes.
Cracking open a cold one with the boys.
Damn right.
Yeah, well, most of the boys.
No,
Some of the
whatever.
boys.
It's a Tuesday, and Tuesdays we're cracking cold one opens for the boys.
Tuesdays with the boys.
Speaking of cracking open cold ones with the boys, you want to toss me a booze?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
By the way, this is the CAMcast, everybody.
Hey.
I am Mike. I am joined by Dave.
Hey, hey.
And we got Gavin stretching out on the love seat.
Word is up, my dudes.
How we doing?
Pretty good.
Word up to thee, my brethren.
Indeed. We've got an agenda to get through.
It's kind of a small one this time.
Yeah, it's not too much, but I think we got a couple interesting jumping off points.
Agreed.
Plus
Agreed.
we got a Instagram question that came in perfectly timed because I want to talk about it.
Oh,
So-
awesome.
Yes.
And we've got Mighty Car Mods on in the background.
Yes.
Yes.
The,
Vintage.
the Turbo Challenge episode.
Yeah, the
$3K
$3,000.
Turbo.
Yeah, the $3,000 turbo car challenge with Too Sexy versus Wasabi.
Yes.
Indeed.
I'm a big fan of Too Sexy.
See, I'm all about that wasabi life.
Well, I mean, like, those Saabs are really cool. Like, I like that body style, the early 900s. I just can't get over the fact that there's a clutch where a fan should be.
I'm just a fan of this dude tuning the car who looks like Chelsea DeNofa in 20 years.
Oh, snap. I see what you're doing there.
Love you, Chelsea.
Yeah, but, like, okay, let's be realistic. Does Chelsea DeNofa actually listen to our podcast?
No, but I'm going to run into him awkwardly at SEMA again this year.
But, I mean, I'm okay with that, too.
Yeah. So,
Like, I mean, if he actually listened to our podcast, I would love to ask him some questions.
well, there are a shocking number of, like, Virgin Australia Supercar Series drivers who just like our posts.
Really?
Yes, specifically about the podcast. So I don't know if they're listening. Hi, Fabian Coulthard. Hello, SVG. Hello.
Hello, all you gentlemen from the upside down continent.
Hello.
no.
Sorry,
Just-
g'day.
Just
Good day, mate.
You know, mate?
just turn your laptop upside down and we'll be right side up for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our left channel is on the right for you Australian listeners. No, holding the microphone
That
upside
does
down
not-
does not work.
This
Gavin.
doesn't do it.
No,
Damn
it does not do
no,
it.
you just look like an idiot.
I mean, that's me every day.
Well, you know,
Touche.
Welcome to my hell.
Touche.
no matter how fast he runs, he cannot escape the pain. Oh.
Existence
Cue
is
me
pain.
seeks existence is
Yes.
pain.
Mhm.
yes. Have you guys seen the Mr. Meeseeks like bot? Or actually, no, it's not a bot. It's a person.
Really?
Yeah, he is like Mr. Meeseeks, and like you like ask him a question, or whatever. He's like, "Hi, I'm Mr. Meeseeks." Yeah, it's a Facebook chat thing.
Nice.
That's pretty rad.
Well,
Yeah.
I was
all
gonna
right.
say, Mr. Meeseeks sounds like somebody I could cosplay as at Comic-Con.
5 minutes to pizza.
See, that would be really cool, Dave.
Yeah, Dave.
Because I mean, there's way too many Deadpools.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's.
God.
But I
So
mean, it's
many
also
Deadpool.
funny to see like 40 Deadpools doing the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I
I mean,
want to see a really
the
fat
one-
Deadpool.
The one Ryan Reynolds Deadpool is pretty good, but 40 other random amateurs being Deadpool
You guys-
makes it that much better.
You
I want to
guys,
see like a 300-pound Deadpool.
you guys haven't lived until you've been to a rave where there are like 20 Deadpools up on stage all doing the Harlem Shake. It is just the most ridiculous goddamn thing.
I am
Yeah.
really okay with this, actually.
Yeah. I mean,
That's borderline unnecessary.
That's genius.
It was
is what
hilarious.
I think it is. Yeah, brush him my way. Thanks, Dick.
no problem.
What is it anyway?
I don't fucking know.
Just squeeze him. Make him pop.
God damn it. Ew.
We've got a bug infestation on the couch.
We have a
Fun.
bug infestation in the basement.
Okay, that's fair.
So
Good to know.
It's not just the couch, it's the basement. So cool. Pizza's 4 minutes away. So
Yes.
well, allow me to throw this into a topic that you guys can talk about while I go sign for the pizza and all that stuff.
What would that be?
Tourist Challenge driving experience. Drink.
There.
That's 2 drinks, right?
Yeah, I mentioned one of each. Why do we do this to ourselves?
We do this for the fans.
We do it for you.
It's all for you boys. And lasses, if there are any women that actually listen to this.
Or, whatever. However you want to identify yourself.
All of you gender fluid folks, or those of you that identify sexually as a 1997 Ford Taurus. Shit, drink. That one actually was not meant.
It wasn't the challenge, though. You
No.
just mentioned a Taurus.
Yeah.
Damn it.
God, Dave.
So
Can't be
this
drunk.
topic.
I have to drive home, damn it.
God. Well, it's all right. We're going to eat a bunch of pizza here in a bit.
Yeah.
So, we have Le Mans stuff.
Yep.
We have
Yeah,
nobody buying the Alfa Romeo Giulia.
Okay.
which I'm distraught about.
We have a $125,000 Supra for sale.
Bullshit.
And we have just generally overpriced cars.
I dig it.
Is that when I can talk about Porsches?
I mean, if you really want to, we can start off there.
Cool.
Okay.
Sounds like Gav's got the fire here.
So first things first, let's talk about this $125,000 Supra.
Yeah, this thing's ridiculous. 14,000 miles on the clock. Traded back in at the dealership it was sold at.
That's kind of funny.
Hartford Toyota.
Yeah.
No, it showed up for auction, and they just snatched it up for,
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
Okay.
they were going to buy the...
That's right. They were looking at the F&F car, the orange one.
Yep. So
Because they wanted some mark in Supra history here.
yeah. So and then they got their hands on this thing. And
So is this the highest sold Supra in existence?
maybe?
It might be.
It's entirely
might be.
possible if somebody buys it for $125.
Right.
I know
it's
the dealership
posted for
did
sale
not.
at $125.
Yeah, the dealership.
You guys deal with this. I'm going to go check for the pizza.
Yeah. You're out of your fucking mind if you pay $120K for a goddamn Supra.
Well, here's the unfortunate part: is I can see it happening.
I can see that happening too.
I mean, I don't. Okay, and this is a very unpopular opinion. I do not see a reason why the Mark IV Supra is popular at all. It's an excellent Grand Tourer stock, but it is not a particularly, surprising car in any fashion. I've driven a twin-turbo auto car, I've driven an NA 5-speed car, and I've driven a twin-turbo 6-speed car.
I've heard
none of them excited me.
One of the things that people go on and on about is how resilient those blocks are.
Okay, yeah, but you know how many other things we got that are far cheaper and are not getting the JZ tax compared to a Supra?
But are they as resilient and strong and can handle 1,000 horse on a stock block?
Well, considering that the Supra is the only one we got stateside with a factory turbocharger, I'm going to say no. However,
Yeah,
you've got all the NA2J cars that came here
that's true.
that are, 650, 700 tire horsepower capable with a stock short block.
Mm-hmm.
Stock long block if you really want to push it. So, I mean, we can go there. I mean, look at the Lexus SC300. That is the luxury version of the Supra.
Of a Supra, yeah.
That car is nut and bolt Supra. The suspension is the same. The drivetrain is the same. Most of the electronics are the same.
It's just a different body.
It's a different body with nicer leather. A few more cows died to house the interior,
Right.
or
And
to
maybe
finish
a
the
couple
interior
trees.
of a Lexus than
Yeah.
a Supra.
Yeah.
I'm not even 100% sure those were real cows.
And you know what? It might have been more Naga hide than cow. You're right.
Yep.
But that's just the thing, though, is they sold just as many SC300s as they did Supras, both of turbo and NA variants.
I mean, the Supra was also in the Fast and Furious.
There was
and that not just because it's in a movie, but because it kind of started a cultural revolution in car enthusiasm.
But 1970 Dodge Challengers aren't going for retarded amounts, and that was a car in Vanishing Point.
Vanishing Point wasn't as popular.
Okay, that's fair. I'll give you that. I was going to make an example of a Dodge Charger and the original.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Well, yeah, you got the Dukes of Hazzard, and I guess those cars are going for retarded
And those
amounts of
were
money.
also in Bullet, weren't they?
A 67, I believe,
Yeah.
was in Bullet, the green one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the forest green. So there's that. Okay, yeah, I could see that. Some notoriety based on fame. Okay, yeah, I'll go with that. I can
Also-
see that.
The internet. The internet has ruined, in my opinion, used car values.
I'll
and
agree
the
with
used
that.
car market in general, because you have with some sports cars at least.
I'll agree with that.
Go look at Car Throttle, and look at the videos. I mean, Car Throttle is cancer, but
Well, also look at what is it, Jalopnik, that has the nice
price
pricer
of crack pipe.
There
Yeah.
it
yeah,
is. Thank you.
it's that.
Yeah.
But look at my example with Car Throttle. Is all they talk about essentially is E46 M3, FDRX7, Mark
Yep.
IV Supra, Honda S2000, R34 Skyline.
The textbook boy racer cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very clear.
Now, an
that-
R34 Skyline, that's a car I want to put on this list right out the gate, because those things are selling for retarded prices.
They're not even
Yeah.
legal yet.
No, they're
Imagine
going,
when they become legal. There'll be $1 million
There are-
R34s.
there are
I
a
think
lot
there
of
already is one.
yeah.
Here?
Not
No,
here,
I
but
mean,
I mean,
$1 million GTR R34 specifically. I
Like,
know they're
in the
they're
States?
probably really close. No, probably not in the States.
Okay.
no. But I
I know
mean-
up in Canada right now, because they only have 15-year import laws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're driving around R34s right now.
Yeah.
Granted, they're only paying 40, 50K for them,
Uh,
which I think is still absolutely
That's a lot
asinine.
still.
Well,
Those
and
are
even-
also $30,000 cars.
Well, yeah, and even 10 years ago, it was you could catch like an R34 sedan for 10, 12. Like you could get a GTR
Yeah.
for 20.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
Exactly.
30
But now-
is a good, like, high-end, like, low-miles car. Like,
I feel like
I think
that's-
30 is reasonable.
Yeah. But
I mean, I just don't understand why the values have gone so far for no reason.
it's one of those a lot of the people who have money, the new money now.
A lot of it's new money.
Yeah, a lot of it's new money,
Okay,
and they
that's
grew
fair.
up playing Gran Turismo, and
That's fair.
Forza and
Speed.
stuff like that. Yeah, so it was like the cars that you played. It was, I remember 993 turbos, 996 turbos, and Need for Speed, R33, R34 GTRs.
I'll go with that.
It was
I mean, Need for Speed Most Wanted had the E46 as the cover car.
yeah,
Yeah, it was E46 M3 GTR.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
these. Yeah, so it's like now that these people, it's like with the baby boomers. Like if you watch a Barrett Jackson or a Meekum,
Yeah.
the things that are going for stupid money are the
Okay,
stuff
that's
that
fair.
Like-
that's
like-
fair.
like-
$1
like
million
you-
cars are like 40s.
First gen, like, numbers matching, 427, Shelby Cobras, and
Yeah.
Okay,
first
that's fair.
generation Camaros,
And it's
and the
crazy-
Stingray Vets.
It's
and
crazy to see
Also, what is this?
the new cars
um,
that are going for
that
retarded
is,
amounts.
The white cheesy. It is a white pizza,
That looks really good.
right?
Marcos saving the day again.
Yeah, Marco's Pizza is our pizza provider of choice. All the delivery guys have been super cool.
We've had one on the show.
Yeah, we
For,
recorded
for a brief moment.
we recorded him, and then as soon as we recorded him, he stopped showing up. So
Damn it.
yeah,
I hope he didn't leave or get fired.
Yeah.
That would suck.
that really
Yeah.
would.
Because
So-
we kind of liked Pizza Bro.
Well, yeah.
Because
then-
Pizza Bro, he had that SI Civic, right?
Hashtag bring back Pizza Bro.
Well,
Yeah.
it's so we had him, and then we had another guy who was rambling on about like his 300,000-mile Hyundai accent.
Oh, yeah,
And,
that's
like,
right.
Like we've had a bunch of they've been either car guys or just generally cool. So, it's perfectly fine. Like, I miss Pizza Bro. Really, I hope he's doing well. I hope he gets that R33 that he's been wanting. But yeah, I mean,
Hopefully he didn't go up to the farm upstate.
we don't want that. That's okay to send the dog up there, but a human person, that's a felony.
wow.
Nancy Gray's going to get real pissed about that. Young white folk disappearing. Oh no,
That is her
We
bread
can't
and butter.
have this. We cannot have this.
no.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Virgin piece.
FDRX7s, too.
Yeah, they're
Because
going.
I'm an RX-7 guy. And I mean, I've owned the first two generations of RX-7.
Yeah, you've had quite a bit of experience with the Doritos.
Yeah, my first car was a 79 RX-7, an SH chassis.
Yeah,
And I will own another one. And that's another car that is kind of going up in price. Mostly because they're not around.
Yeah.
They're following the same trend as RX-3s
mm-hmm.
and the early Cosmos.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I saw one 79 RX-7 bone stock lower mileage, a really, really close copy of my car in Seattle, and the guy wanted like $10,000 for it.
Yeah, like
I was like, man, I was given my 79 RX-7.
oh yeah,
I mean, I had quite a bit of money into it, and I sold it for a decent chunk of profit, but still,
yeah,
it's kind of crazy. FCs are even going up in prices.
yeah. Like there is a white on white FC within walking distance of this place.
That 10th anniversary NA car.
Yeah, I want to just go make it. I just want to take. Okay, so
rumor on the street is the person who runs that shop is really good friends with the owner of that car. The owner is not interested in selling. Doesn't matter if that car rots in that parking space. He is not interested in selling.
see,
which
that's
is terrible.
That is just going to be a horrible thing because I drive by that thing frequently enough to watch it rot. There is a Mark II Celica Supra that I've been driving by for 10 years, and I've watched that thing rot away. I tried to make a cash offer on that car. Dude just wouldn't hear it. So, yeah.
It's unfortunate because these cars are dying by the day.
Yeah, like, it's a gorgeous car. Why are you just going to let it rot, like, just where it is?
And, there's two sides of the same coin, too. Is like, I would almost rather watch it rot sitting in one place than have some boy racer get a hold of it, cut it up and slam it, turn it into some no-fucks drift car, and then just understeer into a K-Rail.
Yeah.
And then it's TKO.
I mean, that's the great thing about selling the car. Like, you can actually talk to the person that you're selling it to. Like,
it's like at the end of the day,
fair.
it's still your car. When you're selling the car, it's still your car. You can make the decision of who you sell it to.
yeah, like
Very
you can.
true.
Dude comes up with $12,000 cash and is like, "Oh yeah, I want to buy it," and he, all the swag and the vape lord and all that.
I'm gonna
shit.
turn this into an 80/80 car.
Yeah, no, like we're not. Yeah, like
Said just like that.
yeah, like you can.
I'm going to preface that by saying I have no problems with 80/80.
No.
I've got some good friends that work there. They're
Yeah.
all cool dudes.
Yeah, they're
not talking shit at
no,
all.
but
It's far too true.
like this is not necessarily a reflection on 80/80, but more or less the people who are big fans of 80/80.
Well, I mean, the same thing can be said in the diesel truck community for like the
Oh,
diesel sellers
God,
guys,
yes.
the diesel brothers. I mean, come on, they sell truck parts and T-shirts, and they're making a fucking show. They're creating these $100,000 plus trucks out of pure profit,
Yeah,
and they're giving them away.
yeah. So I mean,
Like, that's a business model I want to be a part of.
oh yeah,
Let me sell a bunch of garbage, build a $100,000 car, and then give it to somebody. I'm not going to do that because I have a conscience. I don't think I need to peddle shitty apparel
yeah. I don't need to.
and parts in order to give somebody a car. That's just me, though.
Yeah, I would much rather just
Me and my mouth full of pizza.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, all of you listeners out there.
Yeah. Then again, we're down here in a basement eating pizza, drinking cheap beer, and they're not. They're doing other things above ground.
They should be drinking in a basement, eating shitty pizza, listening to us.
God, I hope so.
Matter of fact, you guys need to send that to our Instagram. Like, DM our Instagram or, like, email a picture, a selfie, or whatever.
Yeah.
If you're drinking, eating pizza in a basement, and we're playing,
Yeah.
like, we need to give you something.
We'll send you. We'll figure out. We'll send you some Hot Wheels.
I will dig something out of my own collection.
We'll figure out something. I would say T-shirts, but we're still working on the T-shirt thing.
Why don't we have hats yet?
Because the only way I've figured out to do hats is I have to buy a ton of hats, and the problem is when I tried to sell cam stickers, I ordered 500 cam stickers, and I sold 2. All the cam stickers you see on these different
Are
cars,
given away.
yes, they were given away. I gave away 498 cam stickers. So,
Fun.
yep. So, yeah, and hats cost significantly more than stickers.
Right.
So I don't necessarily want to be sitting here with box upon box of hat. You know?
Yeah,
This
because
is
I was
fair.
really looking forward to a Cam trucker hat.
I mean, we could figure that out, but I mean, I think step one is just some T-shirts.
Yeah.
So I'm
I'd
thinking,
rock one.
Yeah, I'm just
Would
thinking.
you rock one? I think you'd rock one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking we're just gonna do just a plain regular old logo tee, just cam on whatever.
Like red text on white tee.
Yeah, red text on white, red. Pretty much on anything that it will contrast well with. But
I mean, it works out.
yeah,
It looks the same as our sticker.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just bigger and on a
White
shirt.
text on a red tee, red text on a white tee.
Yeah. I mean,
You don't want to have white text on a red tee, though, because then people might be thinking MAGA.
I was going to say Coca-Cola, but yeah, sure, that works too.
Make America great again.
You know. But, yeah, so, I mean, once we get T-shirts, we'll gladly throw T-shirts at you people for doing awesome things, but until then, it's the crap I dig out of my office, which is actually some pretty cool stuff now that I think
so.
about it.
I mean, we've given away some pretty rad things.
Yeah. Yeah, quite a few rad things. So, anyway.
Moving forward.
Yes, moving on. Come on, laptop. There we go.
Okay, also, one more thing about used car prices.
Go right ahead.
Retardedly expensive cars.
Why is the 2000 GT so expensive?
The Toyota 2000 GT?
Yeah.
63 of them were made.
Okay.
And they cut the top off one of them so they could stick Sean Connery in one.
Okay.
Yep.
That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. Fun.
That one has a legitimate reason for being a $1
yeah.
million car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun fact, people out there, if you watch the James Bond film, You Only Live... Yeah,
YOLO.
That was You Only Live Twice.
Yeah, You Only Live Twice. Sean Connery was too big to fit in a hardtop 2000 GT.
So they cut the
Toyota,
roof off.
Yep. It is the one and only, like,
Is that car
Toyota
still in
made.
existence?
Yeah, Toyota owns it. It is in the Toyota
Sure,
Heritage
that
Museum.
doesn't-
It damn well better be.
Yeah.
Because if it was in some movie guy's prop basement collection,
Well,
I would shit.
as long as it doesn't end up like the DB5 that got stolen from the hangar in Florida.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
Oh, that's
one,
rough.
One of the Goldfinger Aston Martin DB5s was doing a press tour for Goldfinger.
Got stolen?
Yes, and it has never been found.
Wow.
It just up and disappeared from a hangar in Florida where it was due to go
That car
back.
doesn't move now.
No,
Can you imagine?
There's no way for that car to move.
no, like
No.
whoever owns that car,
Yeah.
like it is.
You mean whoever owns parts of that car?
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody just picked up the whole car and it just wound up. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, there are so many shady ass rich people
Oh, yeah, that's
who are the
true.
who are the spawn of other shady ass rich people who have spawned shady rich children. So like that's just one of those cars.
Trump.
It's like it's. I mean,
Somebody,
Yeah.
like, I mean, and you could, in all honesty, show that off to a bunch of your friends, and nobody would know the difference unless they knew that car was stolen. You'd be like, oh, yeah, this is one of the James Bond DB5s. You'd be like, oh, my God, that's so fucking cool. Let me stroke you
No
off.
one would ask how you got it.
no, and
Because you're rich. It doesn't matter, right?
Exactly.
yeah, and probably a lot of people would assume that it was just a recreation, a knockoff.
Either
Well,
that,
that's not a real DB5. That's
Yeah,
just
or
a
like-
kit car.
yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
I could see
like,
that. I
yeah,
could see that.
like unless you knew, the VIN number and all that stuff and everything to look for.
That's why you don't. That's why the owner doesn't let anyone inside. Because then
Yeah.
you open the door, it's like, that's serial number,
Or
Hmm.
well, I mean, I know the story, but I couldn't tell you what to look for.
Yeah, that's true.
That's yeah.
Yeah. There's the same deal with the black Toyota pickup from Back to the Future.
Yeah.
It was, I don't remember the details are kind of fuzzy to me, but it was stolen from somewhere in California, and one of the, if I remember right, one of the members of the movie set, like one of the handy guys on the set
Yeah.
of the original Back to the Future, was vacationing in Mexico and found it in somebody's backyard.
Whoa.
And in that process, it was purchased and brought back to the U.S.
That's
and restored.
trippy.
Yeah.
So the truck in the movie
Yeah.
was found by some twist of fate by somebody who worked on the set like a decade after the fact.
Wow.
And it was brought back to the U.S. and restored.
That's nuts.
Yeah, super dope.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one we need to do some homework on. But if I remember right, those are most of the details.
Cool.
And so, me being a huge BTTF fan, I'm super down with that kind of stuff. That's a happy ending to me.
That is happy.
All
ending.
right.
So,
By the way, Dave, you should try some of that pizza.
I already had a slice
Oh,
of
you
that
did?
all
Okay.
white. That's
Yeah.
really
You
good.
say that can't be all me.
Good.
No,
No,
it's
no.
yeah. I'm gonna finish this and get a piece of that. But first things first. So going from cars that everybody wants and is willing to pay out the nose for to a car that everybody says they want but is not buying.
The Alfa Romeo Giulia.
Yes,
I am a real big fan of this car.
I love this car. Like it is such a
I'm so glad that this is Alfa's re-entrance back into the U.S. market.
yes.
This and the 4C.
yes,
Are
but
they selling the 8C here?
Kind of.
Kind of.
Yes.
Okay.
Very few numbers.
Okay. Okay. Well, it seems like they're trailing on in true fashion with the Giulia Quadrifoglio and base Giulia.
Yep. Yeah, they're not really selling that many of the Giulias, even the Quattrofoglio.
What were the numbers, like 2,700?
2,482 sedans, including the
that's
Quattrofoglio, have been sold in 2017. This is from an article on jalopnik.com. You can compare those numbers to the segment stalwarts like the Audi A4 at 15,379 units, BMW 3 Series at 22,584.
Mr. Carter.
One
Mr.
second.
Carter. Okay.
Or the Mercedes C-Class sold at 35,436 units.
Wow.
But that only paints half the picture. Gavin.
Okay, so I've driven one. I've driven a Giulia.
A Quadrifoglio or
not,
a base?
not a QF.
Okay.
But
It was the 280 horsepower, 4-cylinder, all-wheel drive. I believe it had the 8-speed ZF in it.
Okay.
And so with all-wheel drive and a few options, it was a $45,000 car.
Okay. I mean, that seems...
Sorry, 47, I believe.
that's
when I saw the sticker on it. And
that's a bit of a stiff price for
Yeah.
not a QF.
yeah.
Yeah. Feeling on it. So looking at what American car buyers want, it's stats in the engine department
Sure.
and interior quality.
Yep.
Okay.
That's really it,
Okay.
and some exterior, components. And by far and away, the not just the QF but the Giulia, best looking car of the segment.
Oh, God, yes.
Hands down.
I agree.
Yeah.
Alphas have always been sexy cars.
It's
Oh, yeah.
like, as far as I'm concerned, it's Alfa, Mercedes, and I really love the new B9 A4.
okay.
I think they did a good job with that. Interior was not a $50,000 car interior. It wasn't
Really?
Interior was like $35,000 car interior.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and
Because
so,
I've yet to see one in person, at least
They're at the
inside.
They're at the
So
dealership.
I don't know. Like I've just seen pictures. I've just seen images.
Yeah,
and they
and that's
look like a
something
really nice car.
I'd like to touch on, from what I've noticed, the American car industry for the last, as far as I can remember, the way they build their interiors have been only to look good in a magazine ad and on television,
Yeah.
and that's really it. As soon as I've gotten
So you're
in,
saying the function and wear
the function
tear.
and even the materials.
Okay, okay.
Looking at remembering back to when the second generation CTS-V came out, I remember thinking like the reading Car and Driver stuff. I was like, that's a really pretty interior. And then I saw it in person. I'm like, ugh.
Let me
Yeah.
guess, part of that being like the fake seams and stitching that's otherwise
And
cast
just a
into
shitty piano
injection
black
molded plastic.
plastic.
Yeah.
It's a lot of it is piano black plastic, which it comes down to. But
I
what
gotcha.
what I'm getting at is a lot of what sells cars in this country is interior quality and
Yeah, other things.
other things.
Horsepower.
No, interior things. What am I thinking?
Oh.
Amenities.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And
Options.
Options.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Also, I wasn't a huge fan of how it drove.
Really?
Lots of low end.
Okay.
Yep.
It was an interesting phenomenon where it had lots of low end and some mid range and died in the top end, but it revs so fast.
Interesting.
And I was in manual mode. I hit fuel cutoff a couple times,
Really?
and I wasn't in a canyon. This is like in downtown.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and it's an 8-speed, so you're just constantly shifting. So
Right,
I thought
right.
that it drove really, really weird, which is why, and that's kind of what makes me I would want to go with a B9.
Yeah.
Because-
So I've just built an Audi A4 Prestige, top.
That's like a $50,000 car.
Yeah, right now as I have it, I had to add some things to it. But
Okay.
it's $50,725.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and that is with the Scuba Blue metallic paint, which is a $575 option. That delightful dark brown nougat interior.
God, I love that.
Yeah, that gray oak wood is a $350 option. I mean, I've had to add, $1,800 driver assistance package. I mean, the car itself starts at $48, but I've had to throw a couple things on there that I just feel it should have. And,
All those options.
but I mean,
the Giulia starts at 37.
yeah, an A4 starts at I think 37 as well. Like it's
Okay.
so. I mean,
Priced equivalently for the segment.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
So it just comes down to how much car you get for the dollar.
but I believe the Giulia all-wheel drive car starts at like 44.
Really?
So there weren't it was $3,000 in options.
Mm.
I guess I'm a lot of it used to Porsche, where it's just you can double the price of the car in options.
Do you want a clock? That's a $2,000 option.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, are we pricing out an E63?
So you want carbon ceramic rotors? Yeah, that's another $20,000.
It was no surprise a Ferrari owner would pay that.
That's about what those run for on Ferraris, at least. But yeah, so what I'm kind of getting at is I'm not entirely surprised that they're not selling like we were expecting the Alphas to sell. The Quadrifoglio, on the other hand, I mean, I've never driven one, but every time I've heard from Jason Camisa about it, he just keeps on praising it.
Okay, so the Highline QF Sporty car is
it's amazing. It's one of his favorite cars.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean,
do you know what the price is on those?
75 or so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
you
it's
think that's a quality 75K car?
I haven't been in one and I haven't driven one. If the interior is the same, which I don't think it is,
Okay, so it's not a case of E46 330 versus E46 M3.
it's not.
Okay, good.
No. Yeah, but the plastics and some of the things in the not in the Quadrifoglio. I'm sorry. The Giulia, they just felt cheap.
I mean,
What I would expect to see in a $35,000 Camry.
yeah,
Okay,
it's in a weird.
It was laid out well, though. That's the thing. It was laid out well. Just the buttons were just the plastics, and the leather
So-
didn't quite feel right.
So it's
And the
basically,
paddles
as
were
far
plastic.
as quality goes, it does not feel like you should be spending
It's
an
ve-
extra
it's very
$10,000
Italian, though.
just for the name.
oh yeah, it's
It's
got
very
that,
Italian in that it's pretty and it's been thought out. It's been laid out well.
It has that Italian thing where it's just it doesn't matter how terrible it is. You're willing to overlook it because of just it's such a beautiful thing.
If it had a better
And it does-
drivetrain, I'd be willing to overlook it more.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
you're willing
that's
to.
If it had longer gears and a revved higher, I think the red line was 5,500 RPM or something,
Jeez.
or six. I think it was under 6. Here, let me check my Instagram.
But it is the 4-cylinder car. So
Yeah.
okay,
And
so-
Gavin brought up a really good point before we started recording. You have to buy one of these things at a Fiat dealership. You're not.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, you're going.
Because Alpha dealers don't really exist here in the U.S., do they?
No, you are our Fiat dealership downtown. It's right next to a Volvo dealership.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and you're going in there to buy. You're going to drop that much money on a car when there is some, very excited, 18-year-old girl about to get herself a Fiat 500.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. You walk on the lot for a 500 pop, you're not going to come away with a QF.
No, it is a
or
very
even a Giulia.
yeah.
Yeah, you're going to leave. I mean, if you're upgrading yourself on anything, you're going to leave with a 500L
Yeah,
Or in a Bart.
or in a Barth.
So yeah, I'm looking at. I took a picture when I drove the Alpha because that's what you do. I took a picture of the gauge cluster with the wheel and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, red line is 5,500.
Ooh, all right.
You can.
That is confirmed.
Well, no joke that it revs so quickly because you've got such a low top.
No.
But it probably
and
really
for
works
me,
that 8-speed.
as a driver. I like winding things out. That's why I love S2000s and why I really want a 996
Yeah.
Carrera because they sing to almost $7,000.
I mean, that's fair. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I mean, even LSs and Corvettes,
Yeah.
7K motors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can really wind those things
Or
out.
E46 M3s that go to
Damn near-
8,000.
Yeah, 8 and
Yeah.
change.
8 and change. The GT350, which is 8,250.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for not too much, you can take a B series Honda motor and just have that thing spinning, into the 8s all day.
Well, I mean, yeah, my B20 VTEC in the bastard Integra
Yeah.
that I had, I shifted that thing at 9,300.
Yeah, I mean the B8.
I mean, it was making no power. It was all noise at 9,300, but I still did it because I
Yeah.
had a super tall trans.
Yeah, it's just there's just something to be said about winding out a motor like that, and
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I'll
and
give you that.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird that it's only because the GTI red lines at I think 6,500. Something.
Yeah,
like
you're
that.
probably around there.
Yeah, yeah, 60. I think 6,500 is where it's at. But and that thing it's super torquey down low, and it makes some power up top. But it's just, I've never wound it up that high.
The restriction
You
you're
know?
going to run into on your GTI is intake temps and the fact that your turbo's too small.
Well, yeah, that's
Which those two, honestly go hand in hand.
yeah. But yeah, it's just, I mean, for something like the Giulia, it's like I don't understand even why just the pedestrian model, why it's not, a higher red line. And then can we also take a moment to talk about how kind of weird and ridiculous the Italian car lineup is in this country? You have the 500 and all of its weird mutant variations, basically just rebodied pandas.
Right.
Yep.
You have the 124, and then you have the Giulia. Not
Yeah.
like this is if
And 4C.
if these were people and you brought them together for a family portrait, people would laugh at you and be like, "These are not related. They have nothing to do with each other."
Yeah.
Like it.
Well, I mean, you got to look
Yeah.
at the base, though. I mean, the 124 Spider is an XD Miata,
Yeah.
or an ND Miata,
Yep.
excuse me. The Giulia, I would imagine it's going to be based on something German. I don't think that's a Italian chassis. I mean, come on, it's brought here by Chrysler.
I was going to say it might be based on something Chrysler.
Yeah, which is based on mostly Mercedes.
Dated
Still?
Mercedes.
And if I'm not mistaken, the Charger is based off of an E-Class,
An old
and the
E-Class.
Challenger is based off of just E-Class stuff in a
Because I
shorter
thought when
chassis.
Daimler-Benz separated from Chrysler.
Oh no, there's still a Mercedes tri-point on
Wow.
the rear diff of an SRT 8 Challenger.
Yeah, like it's. I mean,
It's very, very German underneath those cars.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
so.
Oh yeah,
and it's not even like new. It's dated E-Class stuff.
Yeah.
Like-
it's turn of the century E-Class.
Yeah, like dated for even for its time dated.
I mean, now I could say on that to its benefit, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Sure.
But I mean,
Jeep's been saying that for 70 years.
and they're still selling Renegades that look like shitty little CJs. There's something to be said for that. I can't hate that. I
Sure.
mean, nostalgia sells cars. Let's be honest.
It
That's
does.
why all these retro reboots have come out.
Yeah,
That's how the Camaro has been able to live.
yeah.
Really.
I mean, yeah, GM axed
Camaro, the
Camaro
Challenger, Charger.
in 2002.
So the Charger was able to gain 2 doors and still gain a cult following. Or not cult, but
The
a cult
Dart
following.
turned front-wheel drive.
Yeah,
exactly.
And gained following. The Magnum turned into a fucking station wagon.
Okay, I kind of like the Magnum, though.
I mean, yeah, you can get a Magnum cheap with all-wheel drive and a Hemi right now.
You
Yeah.
could get them with... They made SRTs,
They
didn't
made an SRT8
Yeah.
Magnum as well.
Yeah. Those things were bitching.
And one of my favorite, total side note here, but one of my favorite mashups is outside of the U.S., specifically in Europe, you can get a Chrysler 300C Estate, which is a rebadged Magnum with a Chrysler 300 nose on it.
Okay.
I really want to order all of those parts and
Yes.
put it on an SRT8 Magnum.
Please.
I want to have a
And then-
300C SRT8 Estate.
and then take a
in the
Hellcat
States.
motor.
It's
Yeah, fuck it. Put a twin screwed 6.4 in it. I'd be okay with that.
Is that how big it is?
That's what the Hellcat is.
Okay.
It's a VVT.
Didn't they make a 6.7 at one point?
I think they were talking about a 7-liter. Trying to chase the LS's coattails, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I think you get that giant motor in the drag pack.
Is that
Challenger.
what it is? Is that what it is? The 426 in the drag pack Chally?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Basi-
426 cubic inches
Yeah.
is 7
Basically,
Yeah.
like a pro mod car that Dodge would sell you, just a door slammer.
Well, it's just
Yeah.
like the Copo Camaro that you
Exactly.
can get,
Yeah.
or the Cobra Jet
Mustang.
Mustang. Yeah.
Yep, that's all that it is.
I mean, it's kind of cool to see that we're kind of coming back on the horsepower wars again.
Yeah.
But there are different goals in mind now. Like the horsepower wars used to be like who could just fit the most horsepower in a retarded chassis.
Right.
Period. Send.
But now
It's
acceleration
who can
times.
do all of this and still maintain emissions compliance, who can
Fuel.
still maintain fuel economy, who
Yeah.
could still
Nürburgring lap
maintain
times.
a lap time, who could still maintain a warranty, all of these things, and still be able to sell it at a dealership next to a base model Grand Cherokee Laredo.
Right.
And that, I think, is equally impressive, that we have an
Yeah.
800 some odd horsepower Challenger.
Do you think that the Demon has actually won the horsepower wars for now?
I would imagine it has, as
Yeah.
far as a mass-produced production car.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
Like
don't,
supercars, need not apply here because
Well, yeah.
anybody could build a one of one or one of three or one of five or even one of a dozen, kit-based car or
Sure.
car that's extremely low volume, very bespoke, and say, well, it's a production car, and I made this kind of ridiculous
I mean,
power
look at the
with it.
Chiron that has 1,500 horsepower.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And those cars, I feel like they're built in such small numbers that they aren't required to abide by the same industry standards and
Yeah.
regulations.
Aren't
Like-
they?
And
I
I
mean,
don't
it's-
think they are.
I mean,
Cars that are
It-
that bespoke, that custom, and that low volume, and that low production, I am
done
under the
some
impression
research.
do
Yeah.
not have to abide by certain standards. Obviously, there are some standards that they have to.
yeah, like there are some like they have to meet the same basic standards that a lot of other things do, but yeah, it's more or less like you're only making like 20 of these damn things, so it's like it doesn't have to.
It's almost like the other side of the coin of
Well, it's
homologation.
Yeah. Okay.
It's, you built this crazy ass car to campaign these parts in a certain race series. It's I built this crazy ass car, but I didn't build enough of them. So,
Let's make some more.
yeah,
well, it's not even make some more. It's I built a bunch of these crazy ass cars, but I didn't make enough of them, so I can get away with doing whatever I want.
Okay, yeah.
or let's petition the rest of the teams in the field to get the car legal to race.
Exactly.
Hi, Ford. Yeah.
That's what happened with the GT.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, the Ford GT, they're not making enough of them for the car to be homologated. So last year before Le Mans, they had to have Ferrari and Aston Martin and Corvette and all the other GTE teams sign a waiver to let them race the cars.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, here, sign here. We'll let you kick our ass.
That was,
I mean, they did win Le Mans last year.
I mean, yeah.
they kept
Not this
protesting.
year, but
They
last
kept,
year.
they kept protesting everything Ferrari did last year. They came in for a pit stop on schedule. Protest. Yeah. And
Not my race team.
Ferrari was doing the same thing too, but
Hashtag alternative race facts.
oh god. Speaking of Le Mans,
Oh God, yeah, that was a perfect
Segways.
segue.
This-
Segue of the night right there.
this fucking race, man, like it was just insane.
No, I didn't see the race.
Oh,
But-
I saw plenty of it. So yeah. So as we may know, last year Toyota did not win. They lost in heartbreaking fashion. Yes. So
And now they've lost the race because of a hand gesture.
yes, the number one qualifying Toyota with their number one qualifying driver, the thing that smashed the lap record, the qualifying record at Sarth.
Like the amazing start right there.
Yes, it came in for a regularly scheduled pit stop, and then somebody whom I think it was the LMP2 team that wrecked the Risi Competizione 488 GTE just because they didn't know what the hell they were doing. Because,
I'm seeing a trend.
Because Italians.
because bronze-rated drivers.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, yeah, they came in for a pit stop with 14 hours left in the race. It's night. Everybody's stressed out. Whatever. Kobayashi comes in, and then somebody comes up and gives him a thumbs up. And it was another driver, and his fire suit and his helmet looked identical to what the marshals are wearing.
Oh.
So Kobayashi and the rest of the team are just like, okay, they're telling us to get the hell out, so they sent the car out. And the problem is, those cars, they have clutches. It's a 7-speed transmission. But that clutch in the combustion engine is not meant to get the car going from a dead stop.
Oh, no.
The car gets going with the electric motor.
The electric motor did not get it going this time around.
It didn't go, so it had to keep, Kobayashi had to get the car going. I think it was 7 times with that clutch.
Stop.
And that's what failed. The clutch failed because he was trying to get to the end of pit lane. And people kept telling him to
Because
stop.
of an improper hand gesture.
Yeah, because some
Well, now here's my question on this. Because this is the only thing that really seems shady to me is how is this electronic and mechanical thing controlled?
I'm not 100% sure. All I know is what
Because it sounds like operator error at this point. If you're stopping and then have to
Well-
get it going again,
well-
you're not using the electronic component.
Well, here's the other thing. So with Toyota's hybrid system, their
Right.
battery, it's more just like a boost. Like with Audi, and I think with Porsche, they could actually do a full lap of the circuit with the battery fully charged. Toyota cannot do that with their
okay,
system.
so basically with these starts and stops, a couple of times they may have been able to do it,
Yeah, but
but they had no charge
Yeah,
and were
so-
forced to start with the clutch.
Yeah,
Okay,
So
I can see that.
yeah. Plus, I mean, you're 10 hours into a 24-hour race. It is dark. You're, like you've done a triple
Also,
stint.
they didn't have to get going.
No, but I mean, like somebody who looks like a marshal is giving you the thumbs up, makes it look
Yeah.
like you're, like I mean, the safety car is out. Like you don't know if you accidentally came in under.
So they thought they were maybe in the wrong or just had to leave.
Yeah.
They
So-
weren't.
Nope. So
And they couldn't have just said like, "Oh well, our battery's charging, we can't leave."
yeah, well, I mean, the batteries. I mean, they're not plugging it in to charge. Like they have to go out and regenerate the power. So like they have to, hit the brakes and all that stuff. But I mean, it's like
So this is just a whole mess.
it is a mess. Yeah. And
That's
so,
terrible.
Yeah, so that's what killed the number 7 car. The number 9, a tire exploded and just ripped up the back of the car.
And that's a big issue in Le Mans.
Yeah, it ripped up hydraulic hoses, everything. Like it just could not get going. They couldn't limp
it did some real damage.
Oh yeah, they
I
could
see.
not. Yeah, they couldn't limp it back, under battery power. So I mean, they tried. They got that car so close. They were at I think 200 feet of pit in,
Oh man.
and it just done. And then the number 8 car was. I mean, it came in early for hybrid system problems, and it was in the garage for 2 hours.
Ouch.
Yes. So those were all done.
2 hours is a lot of laps.
Yes.
So, yeah, bad day for Toyota.
Yes. Not a
Yeah,
great
that's
day
rough.
for Porsche either. One of the
Didn't they win their one of the classes?
they won
They did still win.
they won overall. But allow me to tell you the story of how that happened. So
Oh goody.
in their number 1 car, they have one of the drivers from the old Audi LMP1 team. So a guy who's got a couple. He's been on the top of the podium a few times. So,
Sauce me.
what happened was, again, in the night where bad things happen, the car suffered some sort of failure.
Of course.
I can't remember what. I don't think it made contact, but yeah, it just, I think it was a hybrid issue. So
Something broke.
it died. And so they had 1 car left that went in the garage very early in the race with hybrid problems.
Is that what you want to hear?
No, but it was only in the garage for an hour.
Okay.
So it caught up, it passed the number 8 Toyota.
I heard about this actually.
Yes.
Like they had a massive deficit, like a 50 car or something.
So
They finished 57th.
Toyota, I think, finished. I can't remember where Toyota ended up finishing, but no. So I mean, it just looked like there was going to be that one Porsche was just going to win, and then way down it was going to be 10 miles of crap, the second Porsche, and then a bit more crap, and then the Toyota. But that number 1 Porsche died.
Right.
So then you have this weird battle going on between this Porsche that was quite a few laps down, like 20-something down
There we
from
go,
the
yeah.
overall leader, which was an LMP2 car, which we were very close to seeing a Le Mans podium with several non-professional drivers standing atop it. I want you to think about that for a minute. A bunch of privateers in the second-tier class could have won this with dudes behind the wheel who paid a lot of money to get behind that wheel.
And that was their only real reason to be there.
Yeah, I mean, they wanted to drive Le Mans. I mean, these guys are FIA driver rated, but I mean, you're talking about some of these cars that are stacked 2 and 3 deep with very recent F1 drivers and other, compared to just
world-class drivers.
yeah, compared to just some dude who does, not to talk down on Porsche Cup, but I mean, he does Porsche Cup.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
It is different. It's different ball fields.
So anyway,
Thing.
Porsche climbed their way back and got into number 1 overall
This is why I love P-Car.
and took the
Man.
win.
Here's my smug face.
Despite their best efforts, they somehow won. And
Because they're Porsche.
we'll go with that. Might not be back next year, but
We'll see.
whatever. So, second place was the Rebellion LMP2 effort, one of the Rebellion cars, and then behind that was one of the Jackie Chan DC Racing.
I heard about that.
Oh man.
Yeah, Jackie Chan is a huge race guy, so
How awesome would that be to be like the pit crew on Jackie Chan's race team?
right.
I want that job.
Yes, but it came out afterward that so LMP2, it is you can pick whichever chassis manufacturer you want, Ligier, Orica, Dallara, You can get an Alpine, but that's just a rebadged. It's a rebadged Orica, whatever.
Okay.
So, but it's a cost capped thing. So, all the bodywork is the same. So if you have an Orica, you're not making your own bespoke bodywork. You're getting the stuff that Orica made for that chassis. Everybody runs the same Gibson V8. It's so you can get into prototype racing, but not have to spend, $500 million like Porsche and Audi and Toyota have in the very recent past.
Yeah.
So the Rebellion, they were stripped of their third place finish. And that's because they drilled a hole in their engine cover so they could reach down and just hit the starter without taking the engine cover off.
Like, all of this could be completely bypassed if they just had a functioning starter.
Right?
Yep.
Starter relay or what have you.
Yep. But in an effort to save some time, they just drilled a hole in this bodywork they were not supposed to modify. And so they were kicked off the podium. And the other Jackie Chan DC racing car climbed onto the podium.
Woo!
And this is a very new team. I think they're doing the Asian Le Mans series.
Okay.
And I think this is their first full season in it, or their second full season in it.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean...
Good for them, man.
Right? So that's pretty awesome. And then, I can't tell you what happened in GTE AM, but in GTE Pro, the, Corvette racing, the Porsche factory cars, all that stuff.
Aston Martin, the 488.
Yes. Yeah, that kind of came down to the last 10 minutes, the last lap.
Yeah.
And
we need to pull that up after we go off air, and I need to actually watch this.
Yeah,
we will,
I agree.
We will do that. But, so it was a very intense battle. Jordan Taylor was in the Corvette.
Yeah.
Fighting for the lead, and I think it was against the number 95 Aston Martin, which the Aston Martins are the oldest cars in the GTE Pro field.
And yet...
They won.
Of course they did.
I think they qualified on pole, first in class, and they were leading a large chunk of that race. And they want to credit that with Le Mans is an open tire thing, and Aston Martin made a deal with Dunlop instead of running Michelin's.
Interesting.
So they did a lot of testing with Dunlop, and they got several compounds that really worked with them. And they submitted to the ACO. ACO signed off on them, and yeah. So
interesting.
Yeah, there were a lot of people running. It used to be primarily dominated by, Michelin.
Yeah.
A lot of the classes were, but yeah, a lot of people were running Dunlops, and a lot of people were running very competitively on the Dunlops. So, yeah, indeed, yes. So
have some breadsticks.
Yeah, have some breadsticks.
Crack that shit open.
I'm gonna get to the. So we've got a couple things. Something on the old Instagram here. We've got a question from. Where is it?
Yes. Who do we have?
Give me a minute. We also have garlic sauce. Yes, from Jose Rodriguez, J-Rod Pixels on Instagram.
Hi, J-Rod.
Okay.
Yeah.
Word. What up, dude?
He wants to know how we feel about TDI Golfs, and I wanted to bring this up regardless because I've seen 2 newer TDI Golfs, like things that have been recalled and then fixed and resold TDI Golfs on the road.
Okay. This is good.
Yeah.
Because I think Dieselgate was a load of horse shit.
I mean, it's one of those everybody should.
It's still ongoing.
Yeah, and it will be for quite some time.
Everybody
will feel the effects of Dieselgate like we felt the effects of
Watergate?
No, I was going to say Cash for Clunkers, but
yeah. No.
But anywho, yeah, I'm glad to hear.
Yeah.
I really like
Yeah.
European turbo diesels.
Yeah.
Of all flavors.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I was really wanting to get myself a. I shopped before Dieselgate happened. I shopped super hard for a diesel Jetta Sport Wagon.
Did you?
Yeah, I really, really,
A
really.
diesel sport wagon is quite a nice car.
Yeah.
Plenty of room. I mean, it would have very easily replaced your Outback as far as utility.
Oh yeah.
There was a manual option.
There was a manual option.
There
And
was.
I believe the newer TDIs come with 6 speeds instead of a 5-speed as well. So.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, there was a manual option. Mine was spec'd with the floppy paddles. Well, actually,
Which
not,
is fine.
Actually, no, not floppy paddles because you couldn't get the paddle shifters on that generation unless you ordered the Euro spec steering wheel at some ridiculous asinine price.
I see. Yeah,
But-
and there's no reason for that.
But yeah, I mean, it was going to be.
This way I just slap a stick around.
Yeah, I mean, it was a daily driver. I was going to throw that sucker in D and just enjoy life. You know?
Well, that's fair. You enjoy your your high 40s, low 50s
Yeah.
mileage.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Oh.
I would have hated you if you got that.
Oh yeah, but unfortunately, my lack of financial acumen doomed me. But anyway, yeah, I've always been a huge fan of the small European diesels, like Dave said. They get stupid mileage.
Torquey as fuck.
Yeah.
Like especially like the BMW motors.
Oh God,
They'll
yeah.
be like a 260 horse, motor, and they'll pump out like 440 foot-pounds of torque.
Yeah,
I
well,
mean, nature of a diesel.
yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, that 328D that I got from Makes and Models that me and Dave.
That thing was one of the lower rated diesels, a lower rated 4-cylinder
yeah.
diesel,
Yeah.
and that thing would still bake.
Yeah, that thing moved.
I was impressed.
Yeah.
I remember watching old Top Gear episodes where they would have like a 3 Series diesel or a 5 Series diesel, and like that thing scoots
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
We got to think a majority of Europe runs on diesel.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
It's true.
so I mean, our transportation industry is fueled almost entirely by diesel. Locomotives are diesel electric. Semis are diesels.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, the only
Buses.
vehicles that are I mean,
Public transport.
you got a couple
Yeah.
of buses that are running on CNG converted diesels,
Yeah.
and you got some garbage trucks that are running on LNG.
yeah.
But for the most part,
But the
it's
diesel
diesel
ones are also a lot of the times running on biofuel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're running
exactly.
on,
Yeah, large fleets that are centered around a specific
Boats. Actually, I
location.
remember being in California whale watching with my parents,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
our boat was biofuel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
Yeah.
smelling a bunch of French fries out the back.
Yeah. Like any.
yeah. Greasels, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Like any.
that's the thing.
Yeah, any vehicle that is meant to move like mass amounts of people or specifically material,
Things.
it's probably got a diesel,
Yeah.
So, and it works. Like, I mean, it was going so very well until Volkswagen, and
Until
we'll
it didn't.
go right ahead and say probably everybody else who has to meet some sort of emission standard.
Well, so far, everybody who has been questioned about it has said, "Oh yeah, we're cheating."
Yeah,
BMW has said that.
If I'm not mistaken, Chrysler,
Yeah.
GM,
Yeah.
yeah,
I believe, has
This-
even done that,
Eh.
which is cause for concern. I've said this before on this podcast, but I'm going to say it again real quick. It's not the companies that are doing this who are at fault. It's the garbage regulations we have for garbage emissions testing. We need to figure out a better way to do this. This
Yeah.
is 2017. We're using the same shit that we used to test this stuff in the 80s.
even
This
in
is
the 70s.
outdated. This is bad. This is poor quality. This needs to be fixed.
Yeah. Yep.
Get rid of this OBD2 plug-in requirement garbage.
Yeah.
Because if you do that and you do a tailpipe test or an opacity test, you completely circumvent the issue that Dieselgate had here, which
Totally.
was when it's plugged into a testing machine or when a certain device is extrapolating this data from the PCM, it is doing one thing, or it is saying one thing and doing another. That would all be completely bypassed. What actually matters is what's coming out of the tailpipe.
Yeah,
That's what's going into the atmosphere.
Because that's what's killing us.
Yes.
Because that's what's messing with us.
yeah,
We need to be looking at that, not what a computer says is
No.
coming out.
Nope.
Not what some keyboard jockey in
The
Abu Dhabi decided was going to be an acceptable parameter.
The actual emissions
What
that are coming
is
out the tailpipe.
actually coming out of the tailpipe. I am probably alone in being a fan of urea injection in diesels because it actually works. Now, here's the thing. I don't like how it is introduced. The systems that are all being used right now are all Bosch-designed systems, and they're all terribly designed systems. They are all failing in the exact same manner.
Yeah.
And because it's one company making this for the 7 or 8 different companies that have, diesels on our roads that require urea injection, it's a monopoly, and they don't care.
Yeah.
We need to fix that. Because otherwise, the idea of urea injection, the fact that it bonds and makes different chemicals and creates these non-harmful deals, that it works, and it's not restrictive. You don't necessarily need a DPF or a diesel cat if you've got a properly functioning urea system. The other half of that is people don't like these systems because they want to use their vehicles, and it's the other systems that choke up, or the urea injection that fails, throws the truck into limp mode because it's electronically required to have that. The EPA or some idiot high up with everybody in their pockets said it has to do this electronically or else it can't run. And that's a problem.
Speaking of Bosch, they just plunked down $1.1 billion to build a new chip plant for self-driving cars.
Let me guess, they're going to have diesel urea injection, and these self-driving cars are going to be on the side of the road with limp mode, turtle mode, because their pump failed after 20,000 miles.
No, they're just...
And Dave just driving by with a smug face.
In my 85 1.8T swapped Volkswagen that's on fire.
Yes. Let me guess, caused by electronics?
Electronics.
Yeah.
If that car was still 1985 spec, it would probably have 400,000 miles on it and would be running perfectly fine.
Wow.
Which, total side note, Mike and I picked up an 87 190E.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a
clean
Cosworth?
Old man khaki? No. It's just a base 8-valve 2.3 with a man pedal.
I saw him shifting it. I was like,
man.
is that a...
That had a handshaker, and that was my hand in the picture, by the way.
Oh, cute.
We picked it up, and he's like, oh, yeah, by the way, all the clutch stuff was replaced, and now the clutch doesn't work, so I don't want to drive it. Yeah.
All right.
Anywho, total side notes, right?
Yeah.
But I'm off my soapbox.
All right.
I hope you're listening, EPA. Give me a 2-speed test. Give me urea injection.
I'll come after you.
Everything else is fair game.
Yeah, I'm all for, low emissions and all of the streetcars that I
Saving
wanted
the planet.
All these stupid streetcars that I've wanted to build. Like, I want them to have cats. I want them to be able to pass
Well, that's
emissions.
the thing. That's the thing is we can't pass the electronic portion of it, but I guarantee you a car that any of us would build on a standalone that's running even halfway decently blows better out the tailpipe than a car that you plug in and says it's okay.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Chevy a while ago, like late 2000s, early 2010s, was under scrutiny because, if I'm not mistaken, it was like Suburbans and Corvettes and Camaros would pass an OBD plug test,
yeah, but they'd
fail a sniff test.
Yeah.
There are some states in the United States that, if I'm not mistaken, are just a 2-speed test. Doesn't matter how many lights are glowing on your dashboard. If it passes a sniff test, it's good. And there are some of these new cars that do not pass a sniff test. But everything's hunky-dory in the computer world. So there's that.
Yep. So there we are.
But yeah, I mean, we want to be nice to our environment. I mean, us specifically living in this bowl of Salt Lake City, I mean, our air is worse than L.A.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
not today, but
not today.
In January.
But yeah, when we get our inversions.
But when it's so thick, you can just, cut a chunk out of the air like a bundt cake.
You can almost feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be like that guy in China that walked out every day with like a vacuum cleaner and sucked the stuff out of his air and made like a dozen bricks.
Right.
Of just shit out of the air. We're breathing that.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Like, we like, loud V8, V10, V12s, whatever. And, we like dumping copious amounts of fuel and air into those motors and burning shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. If you kill the planet, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah, if you destroy the place that you're
You
trying
literally,
to drive,
if you do not have a planet to drive them on, there's no point in having those cars.
Yep.
Mhm.
100%.
Which is really the dilemma because I
Which
like
is
burning
why-
tire and burning gas
Yeah.
and making smoke. And,
Which
it's
is
a lot of
why
fun.
I think the only way that it's going to move forward in the future is we are going to commute with electric vehicles,
Yeah.
and our play toys are going to be internal combustion.
yeah.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that.
I
Yeah.
am too, honestly.
Because
give me a
electric-
Tesla.
electric
Hell, you
cars-
give me a hybrid Highlander, and I will enjoy it.
I mean,
for a commuter.
yeah, I mean, and even the Model 3s, I'm sure, like the low-end Model 3s are still going to be fun and, not going to say engaging, but at least somewhat fun cars to drive, say, like commute on the freeway and
Right.
light to light.
Total side note: is the Tesla Model 3 is that also built on a Mercedes-based chassis, or is that of
It's proprietary.
is it
I
Tesla's
would,
own design
I would
now? Okay.
presume.
All right,
Yeah.
because the original Model S is
No, well, the original Roadster was based off Lotus.
okay. All right, and
Yeah.
then the Model S is all E-Class stuff.
Is it?
Yeah,
I would think that their first mass market, like, yes, the Model S was technically mass market, but the one, like, really, like, people's car.
the budget-friendly one would be in-house,
Yeah.
and that makes sense. I could see that,
By the way,
I was curious.
another side note.
but
Um,
tangents on tangents on tangents, tangentception.
Oh, my God.
Whoa.
So posted on the good people of Lux Auto Spa on their Instagram. Apparently, there's been a Model 3 without camo on
Oh.
spotted around the Utah area.
Oh,
Interesting.
Oh,
Have
is it that? I think I've
that
seen a
red
spy
one.
shot of the red one. Yeah. Okay.
That was here.
Nice. I've seen that bounce around a couple of different pages on the Facey Space.
Yeah, probably on UAE, probably.
Yeah,
and,
I think that's
Yeah.
probably what it was.
somewhere else.
Because most of us European peoples, we have a keen eye for stuff like that.
We like just cars, though. Like, it doesn't
that's
always
fair.
have to be
That's
European.
Yeah.
What's this?
But yeah,
Just
yeah.
looking up some.
Model S versus Benz. Oh,
little something there.
but yeah, no, I think we're going to be in the relatively near future. I would say within the next 20 years, electronic commuting vehicles are going to be far more commonplace.
You know what's going to be weird? Things like Porsche 911s being hybrid.
And you know what? To be completely honest, I'm kind of open to see where it goes. I used to really hate hybrids. I still find the Prius to be an absolute insult to
Okay, but
automotive
also a lot of
culture.
the people who drive them are just complete and utter wastes of space.
I'll go with that. A fair majority. I know some pretty cool people who unfortunately own Toyota Priuses.
Okay.
But the vast majority are assholes.
They're
And
either
the cloud of-
assholes
the
or they're
cloud of
so
smug.
conceited.
Yeah.
They have their heads so far up their own ass thinking that they're saving the planet.
Yep.
When, by the way, you know how many countries...
Spoiler alert,
You know
your
how many
car's
times-
components touch 7 continents.
Yeah. They touch all 7 continents.
Yeah.
Good work.
Actually, I'm not sure if that's the case. I think maybe
I
only
think it's like
5
4, though.
continents,
It's
4.
it's not nothing.
But still,
it's
almost
all over
a
the
dozen
world.
countries are involved in the production
Yeah,
of a
like not even
Prius.
nearby countries. It's China, and then it's back to this country, down to Mexico, I believe. and,
Now,
like,
okay, I'll
into-
give you one thing. If you buy a Prius for retarded in-town mileage and a decent little freeway road tripper,
Yeah.
good on you. If you're buying it because you think you are changing the thumbprint of
Oh, okay, yeah.
emissions compliance and being green and saving the planet and all
You can
that,
go fuck yourself.
off yourself.
Yeah.
Please park that Prius on top of yourself.
Yeah.
Because that's not the case. I'm sorry. The locomotive that Toyota straps thousands of those to on a
Is
daily
cleaner
basis.
than your pile of shit.
Yeah.
Well, but you got to think then the lithium mines for these
Yeah.
lithium-ion batteries, overseas shipping for
By the
all these
way,
other components.
my dad brought up this point about 10 years ago when the Prius came out, and I've given it only a little bit of a thought
Sure.
since. But I'm going to add another. I'm going to add a different time frame to what he said. But he said, "What happens in 10 years when the batteries die in these Priuses? Where do they go?
Well, what's funny about that is
You can reuse them, and then you can recycle them.
a good 3/4 of them end up being shipped off to one of only, I think, a handful of companies in the world that refurbish or
Yeah.
rebuild these battery packs.
But so that's what he said 10 years ago. So
right,
what
right,
I'm
and
saying,
it's still an issue.
What
It's
I'm
still
saying
an
now is
issue.
what happens in 30 years.
Right, when they can't be rebuilt anymore, or when a superior technology comes out.
Lithium polymer.
Right, exactly. Look at where lead acid batteries are right now. The only reason they're still popular is because we use them in cars.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Nothing else uses a lead acid battery.
No.
Absolutely nothing else.
No.
Everything
it's too
these,
toxic.
Everything these days is lithium ion, lithium polymer. I mean, even if you have a wet cell battery, like it's an AGM, it's a glass mat.
It's not.
It's
lead
a
acid.
gel battery.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
hell's sake, you're not using lead acid like we did in the 40s and the 50s.
The only reason why they're still in cars, I don't know why they're still. Well,
honestly, I think it's because they're cheap.
it has to be cost.
And they're
but
resilient.
they're in the only thing that you can't afford to keep hitting.
Okay, yeah,
You
that's
cannot
fair.
afford to continually be breaking something like a car.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Because if people drop phones all the fucking time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know how like polluted our water would be and our ground would be if all of our phones were lead acid somehow?
Well, somehow, right?
yeah.
Obviously, because we wouldn't be able to get the power production out of a lead acid battery.
Also,
but
we'd
we
be
do.
swole as fuck.
Right, because that'd
so
be a
heavy.
5-pound phone.
Yeah.
That'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
a brick.
Yeah.
Actually, what did the 80s cell phones have? The big, like, basically
Uh,
corded walkie-talkies with a TV antenna. on 'em.
were they little lead acid batteries?
I don't know.
No, they weren't lead acid. It was
There's
like,
some. They were. It was pre lithium ion.
yeah. I mean, it was some very primitive, like
9-volt.
Yeah, like just shoving D cells into the back of that thing.
Which, I mean, wouldn't surprise me at all. You make one
Really?
phone call, and then you have to do 3 mag lights worth of battery changes in order to receive another one.
Just knocking over a 7-Eleven. I gotta finish this conference call.
I mean, I get it. I get it. You're the guy in the airport terminal stuck next to an outlet, and it has
Yeah.
to be a 220 outlet.
Right. If you're 120, you're fucked.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 110, no juice. Sorry, bud.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
that's a
110.
12-minute phone call. My bad.
Do you have an outlet like one you can plug a dryer into?
I need a 30-amp breaker. You got a 30-amp around here?
So
How technology would have changed.
This.
Real quick, with the Tesla, the only stuff on the Model S that is Mercedes is the transmission shift stock, the indicator stock, the cruise control stock, steering wheel, the optional air suspension, and the door window controls. Everything else is Tesla.
Stuff that would have otherwise cost too much money to design yourself.
Yep.
I'll go with that. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're pulling these out of a Mercedes, I mean, you're not pulling a Maserati and taking stuff out of a Chrysler 200 and shoving it into an $80,000 car and being like, "Buy me."
I mean, that
Ahem.
happens.
Fiat Chrysler.
God,
FCAUS LLC.
God, there are just some things.
Did you watch?
Bro, I love your Volkswagen Routan. I mean, Dodge I mean, Chrysler Town and I mean, Fiat. What? Wait, what?
Your pile of sadness.
Okay,
It's all plastic.
you guys know Doug DeMuro.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you seen his video tearing apart the Giulia? Not the Giulia, the Maserati, the Ghibli.
Nope.
No, I have not.
It's one of the most amazing things on the internet.
Is it?
Yeah. After this, I need to show it to you.
All right.
It's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
He just he says nice things most of the time. He rips into this.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Wow, what a little dogfight there at the end.
Yeah, man. It's
So this is Aston Martin versus the Corvette.
Corvette. Yep.
There's 2 Astons hot on the ass of the C7R. Man, that's getting good right there.
Yep.
So, anywho, wow, those were tangents on tangents on tangents, with a side
Yeah.
of tangent. That was good. That was
Yeah.
freeing. What do you guys think? I want to know what the listeners think about this one.
Oh, and before
Mailbag at CAMautoMag.com. I want to hear me, Professor Dave specifically wants to hear what you think.
before you flood it before you flood it saying this thing got too political, I wanted to talk about Trump's $1 trillion private-public infrastructure thing, and I nixed that because I was afraid of where that was gonna go.
Well,
So-
yeah, because Gavin's sitting here.
Oh,
I'm not a political guy, but Gavin sure is.
I just like talking shit.
this is a very easy one to talk shit on, but we'll get to that at a later date.
Maybe we'll talk about this off air.
Who knows?
Wow.
Oh. Yep.
Ooh, booty touching.
Yeah.
Bad touch,
Aston
baby.
came in hot past the vet.
The vet
Then
was
the
like,
vet
nope.
took the better line because Aston had to unfuck itself.
Into
Yeah.
the Ford chicanes.
And then booty touching happened, and vet came out on top still.
Yep.
Like a pack of rabid wolves
The number
on a
97
rabbit.
Aston. All right. That was close. Yeah. So, anyway, yes, send us mail at CAMautoMag.com. It's been kind of a slow week with the mailbag, just me and our contest winner, Kyle Dewey, figuring out how I'm going to get him his stuff. So,
Because we're terrible when it comes to logistics.
well, it's one of those. He's like, I can come down. When can I come down? I'm like, yeah, you can't come down. I'm busy this week. Whatever. Gonna meet up with him next weekend. This weekend. Speaking of this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
the Rickmobile comes to town.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Gavin, you seem to have double booked yourself, haven't
I'll do an official coin toss when I get home.
you? Oh, snap. Well, I don't know. You kind of weaseled your way into this.
I kind of
Porsche
did. I
rally.
kind of just asked. I didn't have to pull any favors or anything.
Okay.
well,
okay.
then-
Well, that changes things.
Yeah.
In which case, you should come rick it up with the rest
Get
of the
rickety
boys.
rickety wrecked.
Yeah.
Yeah, son.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Anyway,
like that.
Yeah.
the Rickmobile will be at Black Cat Comics in Sugar House. That's right by Tsunami and the Sugar House movie theater.
I want to see you all there.
Yes.
Every last one of you.
We'll be there.
All 70 of our listeners.
Yeah,
The whole 9 of which are probably in Utah.
Yeah. I'm going to create a little Facebook event so we can, kind of get together, meet up, say what's up.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah. Unfortunately, looking at the Adult Swim website, it still says time to be determined.
I mean, they're on a road trip. That's kind of,
Well,
everything is TBD.
and they're actually going to be up in Park City the night before because Adult Swim's doing something up at Deer Valley.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's right.
actually,
okay.
I could do my other thing and just go to the thing the night before.
Yeah, you could. But anyway, yeah, that is that's where the tire failed.
Oh, poor Corvette.
Mm.
Off into the kitty litter.
Don't worry, he got across it.
Cut the chicane.
We're good.
Wow.
How did they make that happen?
Well, I
Watch
mean,
closely.
much like skipping a stone across a glassy, smooth lake, you just need to have enough speed, and you'll skip right over it.
I mean, I do this in Gran Turismo all the time.
I do this in Grand
So,
Theft Auto
so
a
you know
lot.
it's real life.
Yep.
Totally.
Anyway, head over to CAMautoMag.com. I swear to God, I'm going to get the NASA Utah write-up done at some point.
God damn it.
And all those pictures.
Yeah, there are a shit ton of pictures. There
God,
are.
it was what,
you just
2
shared
parts,
some of
3 parts?
Mike Wells.
Yeah,
Shared some of his stuff.
yeah. Wells has a gallery up there. I mean, there are just a ton of NASA photos up there right now. So
So if you were in that race, or
I
those
mean-
races,
yeah, which many of the drivers have found their photos and have been sharing them and tagging us, which is always good.
wait,
We
did they
like
leave
that.
your watermark in too?
Yeah,
Hey, how about that?
that's great. And
Total shout out to the real MVPs.
they're not some weird photo aggregator digging up 10-year-old photos.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that was really weird to find something I shot at GT Live 2007 pop
I
up.
remember
Shared
that.
by the people that I believe we're all talking about.
No, these are completely different people.
Oh.
No, God, no. Those people were still, getting the more money than sense that they have. This,
Gotcha.
No, this is just some weird, it's I think a Subaru WRX aggregator page, where it's just oh yeah, DM us for a feature, whatever.
Oh, is this on Instagram?
Yeah, it's on
Okay.
Instagram. Yeah, it's just some stupid crap like that.
How
So,
about it?
yep. So, yeah, literally, there's a 10-year-old photo that I shot
That's funny.
before I was getting credentials. It just, yeah,
Sure.
I just showed up and I said, "Hey, that's my 10-year-old photo," and they're just like, "Okay."
Prove it.
They just, they just liked it, not like the comment. I'm like, fuck it, whatever.
I had a moment like that with there's this other photo aggregator page called 991.2 GT3
Yeah.
RS, I think. And they said something about how they were going to be at this grand unveiling of the new GT2 RS
Yeah.
ahead of Goodwood.
Hmm.
And I commented and I was like, "Hold up.
Hold up.
Hold up. This kind of already happened. It was already released at E3 this last weekend."
Yeah,
Right.
it's it's been out.
And like they just like liked my comment and like liked a few photos of mine and left.
Interesting. Hey, yeah, to little something that I kind of stumbled upon. I'm sure you guys know about the what was it? Goodwood. Did you hear about Radwood?
No.
I know Radwood.
Radwood,
Yeah.
1980 to 1999.
Okay, so
specifically,
how do you know about Radwood?
I stumbled upon it.
Did you?
On Facebook?
Huh.
Interesting.
I had never heard of this before, and I shared it immediately because I think it's a fantastic idea.
So the guy who started it,
Uh-huh.
Bradley Brownell, he is a friend of mine.
Is
kind
he?
of. He stayed at my house
Really?
recently. He was on his 7,000-mile journey
Okay.
in his Porsche 912E.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
That guy.
cool dude.
Yeah.
He just asked for like a couch to stay on, like sleep on. And I was
That's
like,
super
sure,
rad.
let's get drinks. And so we did, and then we went to Cars and Coffee in Park City the next morning. He brings his Porsche,
Mm-hmm.
and people are like flocking to
Well,
it.
I mean, like you do.
Well, you know, it's not every day you see like a. Is that a yellow poster board thing right there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
like a
kind of
little
canary
darker than
yellow.
that.
Okay, yeah.
912E.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Bradley's
great.
cool.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy. That I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Radwood. The restrictions are it has to be from 1980 to 1999. So you get DeLoreans, NSXs, Supras, Celicas, JDM stuff, Euro stuff. Yes, exactly. That's because those are early 90s cars, late 80s, early 90s. Like, and that's perfect because those are the cars that we're all into. Those are the cars that we grew up looking at getting modified and modifying ourselves, in fact. Case in point with Rhonda, the Supra.
Good old Rhonda.
Just about everything I own fits in that window of 2 decades right there.
Yeah.
I mean, with the exception of my 2001 Dodge Ram and my 2002 Dodge Dakota, everything else I own is 1999 or older.
Right.
I mean, I actually even have a car that goes off the other end of that, and I have a 79 Volvo. I mean, it's
Turbo brick.
yeah. I mean, it's currently an NA brick. Well, it's currently a nothing brick.
It's a brick.
Yeah.
It's a shelf brick.
But, you know,
It's a brick.
It's a brick.
it's a brick.
She's a brick house.
Yeah.
Brick.
I wish I could fit brick house on a license plate. Anywho.
That'd be great.
Anyway.
But yeah, so Radwood, that was super cool. And those of you listening, please Google it, check it out.
Shout out to Brad and all the
Yeah.
guys on Camden Tub and on We Dem Boys Media.
Yeah, because that's a super cool thing. I want to see that take off.
I would too.
love with every fiber of my being 80s and 90s vehicles. Like I said, that's what I own. That's everything I've ever worked on.
Yeah.
Is that stuff. That's what I'm interested in. That to me is what like the muscle cars and the horsepower wars were to my dad because he was my age when that was going on. Now I'm at my age when, you know, the 80s cars were coming into fashion. You know, now with like all the JDM classics and stuff, that's making a big hit these days now too. So
Just refer back to our discussion about an hour and a half ago about FDR Mark IV Supra.
mhm.
Yep.
It's all the same shit.
Yep.
It
It all runs together.
all runs together.
Anyway, we've been rambling for quite a while, so I think it's time to
Ramble on.
just bring this baby to bed.
Yep.
Yes, CAMautoMag.com, CAMautoMag on all social media, mailbag at CAMautoMag.com. We'll be hanging out in Sugar House this weekend looking at the Rickmobile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not buying stuff because
I might buy a thing.
no, I'm not going to buy a thing.
I might buy a thing.
I'll get a T-shirt.
I get paid tomorrow, so I might buy a thing.
Yeah.
I get paid on Friday, and I got to replace the pants I ripped at the track.
Aw.
Hashtag just adult things.
Hashtag adulting.
Yeah, right. Not the fun adulting. I don't want to spend money on pants. I want to buy more camera gear and video games and candy and
Booze.
stuff like that.
Right.
Yes.
I'll go with that.
Yeah. Oh, God, I'd be so broke if the liquor store sold candy. Anyway.
Liquor candy.
Mm.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That got really weird.
Mm-hmm.
So,
on that bombshell,
Yes, follow us on our social media. Send us an email.
yeah, at CAMautoMag. We're mailbag at CAMautoMag.com.
Subscribe to us on iTunes, on Google Play, on YouTube.
We have RSS feed.
Just
Thank you, Libsyn.
Yes, just wherever you can find us. And Gavin has a little something.
do I? What do I have going on?
Your video.
Oh
that you
yes,
wanted
the
to
video.
drop.
Yeah, the video that you specifically said you wanted to plug.
Sorry, it's been a long day.
Has been.
Yeah. So everyone, go check out the Drive Road Rally. It's a road rally that I subscribe to their notion of kind of not just being a supercar rally or just a Pagani rally or a Lamborghini rally, but for being a rally of all cars. I mean, yes, we did have AMG GTs and BMW M4 GTSs and all that jazz, but we also had Sierra 1500s on, and we had Subaru STIs with us and Audi TTS, and it was kind of a giant melting pot rally, which I really like. And so we just had our first one a couple weeks ago. I filmed it with Chance Hales,
Okay.
and the video is going to be out soon. I'm actually waiting on a couple graphics from my client, who James Hardwick, shout out, and
Shout out.
shout out.
Woo!
And yeah, we're actually planning our next one coming up later this year, and I'm super stoked for it.
Cool. We'll probably be there in some capacity.
Yeah,
I imagine so eventually.
Yeah.
I may warm up to people that own supercars.
they're nice people.
I mean, it also sounds
Some
like
of them, I'm sure.
it also
Some of them are, yeah.
It also sounds like our people are there.
It does sound like our kind of people are there, too.
The
Yeah.
lunatic trying to keep up in a Sierra 1500.
Or the guy that put a big block in a Buick Roadmaster.
Yes.
Yes.
And will pass anything but a gas station.
Damn fucking straight.
Oh wait, I need more gas.
And
That's our jam.
and
Yes.
away we stop.
Got to put that barge into port.
Nice.
Well, kids,
Well,
Yep.
thank you, everyone.
I
Yes.
think we've done this far too long.
Yes, probably. Maybe not. Who knows?
It's been real. It's been fun.
Yeah,
Done.
I'm not the one that edits this. You are.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry. I'll get it figured out. And, yeah. Hopefully there will be a special treat coming up on Friday.
Most excellent.
Yeah. Indeed.
I dig it.
Alrighty. Until next week, folks, I have been Mike.
I've been Gavin.
And I have been Professor Dave.
We'll see you guys later, hopefully this weekend.
Hasta la bye-bye, children.
Good night.
All right, God damn it. Now get Daddy an iced beverage, specifically with a lot of
Daddy needs a
goddamn
drink.
liquor. I need something with a...